Hello everyone, welcome to Civil Engineering and Stuff. And in today's video lecture, we are going to discuss about traffic volume. So traffic volume is an important parameter that is used to measure the quantity of traffic that is moving in the study section. And your traffic volume is defined as the number of vehicles passing a section of road per unit time. Alright, so what does this mean is that we take a study section of which we want to study the quantity of traffic flow that is happening. We take the study section and we record the number of vehicles and the type of vehicles that are moving in the study section per unit time. Okay, so the total quantity of vehicles that are moving in the study section in a unit time. Now this unit time can be 1 hour, it can be 24 hours, it can be 1 month, it even can be one full year, depending upon the extent of or the precision of the traffic volume study that we want to do, right? So the quantity of vehicles that are moving in the study section, that is moving in the study section per unit time, is what we call as the traffic volume, right? It is defined as the number of vehicles passing the study section and per unit time. So that is why the unit of your traffic volume is vehicles per hour or vehicles per day. And for sometimes for more precise identification, the unit is vehicles per hour per lane. That is the number of vehicles that are passing in the unit time in this specific lane, right? So this is your traffic volume. It is the number of vehicles that are passing a section of road in a unit time. Now, why do we need to find out the traffic volume? What is the objective of doing the traffic volume study? So the first and foremost reason for doing the traffic volume study is to give the priority for the improvement and the upgradation of the road. So suppose that there is a point that there is a road that is going from point A to point B, right? There is a road section that goes from point A to point B, that is the existing road. Now over the time the number of vehicles have increased in this road. So to see the feasibility to improve the comfort condition of the drivers, we do the traffic volume study. So through the traffic volume study, we try to see the possibility: should we either increase the overall width of the road, or should we create a bypass road that the commuters can use to go from point A to point B, right? So in the similar fashion, let's say there are multiple road sections that goes from A to B, A to C, A to D, and likewise A to E. So the same problem is existing in the each of the road section. There is too much congestion, too much time delay that is happening in each of the road section, and we have a limited amount of budget, and we want and in that budget we want to first of all see like which road section requires our immediate attention, right? So in that case, again, we see the we do the traffic volume study to see which road section or which road is being used majorly by the commuters on the daily basis, where we are having way too much congestion, where the traffic volume is too much high. So in that case, we can prioritize the that road section and we can work upon that, and the same the other roads can be improved in the further period of time, right? So it helps to set the priorities as to which road section requires our immediate attention, and what upgradation will be more viable, will be more economical, and will reap more benefit to go for, right? So this is the first objective of doing the traffic volume study. Then the second objective is to first of all, if you're going for design of a new road section, right? So what should be the width, especially in the designing of a national highway or an expressway? Should we go for a four-lane national highway, or should we go for like six-lane or a eight-lane national highway? Which will be more beneficial, right? So for that, So for designing of a new road section, we need to first of all assess the overall vehicles and the type of vehicles that will be using this road section. And suppose during the initial period of the project, we observe that only the, let's say, the 4-lane road will do the purpose, right? Will serve the purpose. But over the years, or over the next 20 years, we feel now the traffic has increased in this national highway, right? So through the traffic volume study, we assess that though the traffic volume has increased, but does the traffic volume has reached to its maximum capacity that it is causing discomfort to the people who are using the road, or the level of service of the national highway has been reduced, right? And further extension of the road need to be required. That is, redesigning of the road or the transport facility is need to be done. So for that purpose, we again need to know the overall traffic volume that is moving or using the road section. And the third objective that we achieve by doing the traffic volume study is to plan the traffic management strategy, right? Especially in terms of intersections, right? Though it is valid for all type of sections, so especially in terms of intersections where there is lot of vehicles that are moving in both directions, and because of this, a lot of conflict points and accidental hotspots are created. So, to minimize those conflict points and to minimize the extended hotspots, to minimize the confusion spots, to minimize the time delay, we need to see the behavior of the traffic. How many traffic is the left turning traffic? How much is the right turning traffic? How much is the straight going traffic? And same for other sections of the road. And by doing so, we can implement the viable traffic management strategies in the respective sections of the road. Right, proper warning signs can be given. Traffic lights at the respective sections can be implemented. Likewise, restriction signs can be implemented. Right. So for that purpose also we do the traffic volume study. Alright. So these are three of the main objectives for which we go for the traffic volume study. Okay. So how do we measure the traffic volume? How do we assess the overall traffic volume that is moving on the study section? So on and all, there are two methods. So first one is the manual method, and the second one is the automatic method. Now the names are self-explanatory. In manual method, we do the traffic volume study through manual means. That is, we deploy a group of surveyors. We take the study section, and in that study section, a group of surveyors are assigned, right? We assign a group of surveyors in the study section. And actually on the both sides of the road, we assign a group of surveyors. Now these group of surveyors record the vehicles that are moving in the study section, right? For the certain amount of time. That is, if you are going for a 1 hour traffic study, they record the quantity of traffic moving in the study section for 1 hour. Likewise, for 24 hours they can do. Likewise, the study can extend up to 1 full year, right? So these surveyors have one data log with them where they record the vehicles that are passing in the study section, right? Vehicles and the type of vehicles they are passing in the study section, and at the end of the day, they match their data log, right? They match their data log. The reason why they match their data log is that we know that multiple vehicles can cross the section of road at the same time, as well as there are many times a fast moving vehicles that crosses this road. So being like the humans that are involved in the recording, so there's a high probability that the some vehicles may be missed out by some surveyors, right? So at the end of the day, they match their data log, and from there they get the average value of the traffic that is moving in the study section, right? The second method of recording is the automatic method. Now, in automatic method, as the name suggests, we use mechanical means. What do? We use mechanical means to record the traffic data. So in automatic, what we have is we have certain equipments that are based upon the pressure base, right? So here we have one example of this equipment. This is an equipment that is that measures the overall pressure that is applied on over the sensor. There will be sensor somewhere here. Likewise, there is a sensor here. Now, a bike will weigh different from a car, and a car will weigh different from a truck, and a truck will weigh completely different from a very heavy loaded truck, right? So these sensors are calibrated towards the weight, and as soon as a vehicle passes over these sensors, they apply a certain weight from through the tires, and from there the sensor records the type of vehicle that is passing over the study section, and at the end it gives a file that contains the overall data. Right. The second is the radar-based equipment, which have cameras equipped with the sensor that identifies the type of vehicle. So in that there is a reference line that is set, and like we can see, the vehicles are identified by the traffic camera, and this camera records the type of vehicles that are passing in the specific time period in the study section, and then the data are procured, right? So these are some of the examples by which the traffic volume study can be done automatically. While in manual, we have a surveyor that is set at the side of the road, and it has the data log and the type of vehicles that are crossing. It records the traffic volume that is passing from the study section, right? So each method has their own pros and cons. Like both the methods have their own positives and negatives. While the manual method is more of a like kind of a flexible method. Like suppose during the traffic study we want to add certain additional parameters. Let's say we want to bifurcate the traffic volume that is moving in the night and in the day. Likewise, we want to bifurcate the tandem vehicles with the tandem vehicles, right? So we can ask any one of the surveyor to please take care of this data, like please see if the truck that is passing is a tridem or a tandem, right? So this surveyor can on the site can start recording the same thing, and can at any point of time give the results, right? So this is a certain amount of flexibility that is involved with manual methods. But since it's a like humans are involved, so like since humans are involved, so of course fatigue is a very critical parameter. Like if you're going for a 24-hour traffic study, so or even for a 12-hour or 6-hour traffic study, so during the end phase of the traffic study, like fatigue may set in, and the data that are recorded might get flagged. Some of the vehicles may, or the quantity of vehicles that are not recorded may increase, right? So there is source of error because humans are involved, right? While this is covered in the mechanical method. In mechanical method, like since it's a machine-based method, so it can be done for a longer period of time. It can be done for a longer time period, and more reliable data can be obtained. More reliable data can be obtained. The negative is that certain amount of expertise is required. Certain amount of expertise is required in this method, right? While in the manual method, it is not the case. You can, like a layman can also do the traffic study, right? So through manual method and through automatic method, we perform the traffic volume study. Now, the data that are recorded in the traffic volume study, these are represented in a certain way so that it can be useful, right? Now, the methods by which the traffic volume study data are represented, the first and foremost is the annual average daily traffic, or the average annual daily traffic, from conventionally known as AADT, right? So when the traffic study goes for one full year, right? When the traffic study is conducted for one full year, so an average value has to be taken, right? So your overall vehicle count recorded in 1 year time, overall vehicle count in PCU, right? Overall vehicle count in PCU recorded in one full year time when it is divided by 365, because one full year has 65 days. So when it divided by 365, it gives you the average annual daily traffic, right? The second is your average daily traffic, and here basically when the traffic study is done for 7 days only, right? When the traffic study is done for 7 days only, then the overall vehicle count recorded in a week divided by 7 will, that is in PCU. The vehicle count is in PCU. When we get the value, the average daily traffic, right? Through that we get the average daily traffic, right? So the minimum time period that is recommended is 7 days, right? So for at least for 7 days, every day 24 hour 7 day study need to be conducted to get at least some reliable data, right? To process the data for some useful need, right? And the more data that you have, the more accurate or more reliable result you will have, right? Doing 1 year study will take into account the daily variation, the seasonal variation, the weekly variation, and will give you a more reliable result. The third is the trend chart, and trend chart helps you to assess or to identify a trend. So by trend, what we mean is that, let's say suppose there is a station A and there is a station B, where the we want to find out the peak traffic that happens, right? Or peak weekly traffic that happens, right? So let's say A is a rural area, comparatively a rural area, and B is the urban area. B is the urban area. So what we do is we do the traffic study in this road section, and from here what we observe is that we have the days of the week, that is the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and likewise the Saturday, right? And we have the traffic volume. So from there, we see that the quantity of traffic that is moving throughout the weekday is somewhat higher, right? Quantity of traffic that is moving along the weekday is somewhat higher, while in weekends the traffic volume decreases, because the reason may be that people are doing jobs in the urban area, right? So during the weekday they are moving from A to B for daily for work, and on Saturday and Sunday they are staying at home. Or it may happen that the traffic volume during the weekdays are lesser, right? So traffic volume during the weekday are somewhat lesser, because most of the people are who are from rural area are residing in the urban area because of the work commitment, and on Saturday and Sunday they are moving back to their hometown to meet and greet their family, right? So from the traffic volume study, we are able to get a trend of movement of vehicles, right? Then the traffic flow map we can get. So suppose again there is a station A and there is number of roads like B, C, D, E, any point, right? So B can be industrial area, C can be a school and colleges, D can be like a shopping mall area, and like that, and E can be a residential area. Likewise, A is also a residential area. So there are number of interconnected roads that are there in this in this section, right? So what we can do is we can do traffic survey throughout the road section, and see what is the flow map in which the vehicles are moving, what is their origin, what is the maximum traffic volume or origin station, and what is the destination station, and what road pattern are they following, right? What road pattern are they following? So from there, that can again get verified through the traffic volume study. Then the next important parameter that in which the traffic volume study is represented is the design hourly traffic volume, also called as the 30th highest hourly volume. 30th highest hourly volume. So basically, it is a graph between the hourly volume and number of hours in a year the traffic volume has exceeded. And from there, we find out the traffic volume that has exceeded only 29 times in a year, right? The traffic volume that has exceeded only 29 times in a year, that is taken as our 30th highest hourly volume, and that is taken as our design hourly volume. That is this traffic volume is taken for the designing of the width of the road to accommodate certain amount of volume. I have already prepared a video lecture over this 30th highest hourly volume. It's a very short and very elaborated video lecture that explains this 30th highest hourly volume in a very simplified and in a very easy way. So I recommend that you go and watch that video instantly. I will share the link of the video in the description box as well as in the cue card here, right? So I won't be discussing about the 30th highest hourly volume. It's explained in a very detailed manner, right? So this is all about the traffic volume. It covers everything about the traffic volume. So I hope the lecture was useful to you. And if so, please consider subscribing to the channel, like the video if you found it useful. Share your views about this lecture in the comment section, and how what improvement can be done, or what things you are not able to understand. I will try to explain them in your reply to the comment. Right. Thank you for watching the video. Again, if you find this lecture useful, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and post reviews in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.